Welcome to Christ-Centered Living, CCL. Have you ever gone out of your way to help someone, covering for them, supporting them, lending a hand, or even helping them financially, but only when you turn to them for help, they turn away? And it stings. Joseph knew that feeling very intimately. In today's episode, we dive into Genesis 40, the next chapter in Joseph's journey, a story that reminds us that being forgotten by man doesn't mean you're forgotten by God. I'm your host, Shirley, and I'm so glad you joined me on this episode. Forgotten, but not forsaken. In the previous episode, we heard that Joseph was betrayed by his brothers and sold into slavery. He found favor in Potiphar's house, only to be falsely accused and imprisoned. Yet even in chains, God was with Joseph. Now in the depths of an Egyptian prison, Joseph's story continues. While Joseph remained in prison, two of Pharaoh's high-ranking officials, the chief cupbearer and the chief baker, were also imprisoned for offending Pharaoh. They were placed under Joseph's care, and one night both men had troubling dreams. The next morning, Joseph noticed their downcast faces. "Why do you look so troubled today?" he asked. The men explained that they had each experienced vivid dreams, but had no one to interpret them. Joseph, trusting in God, reassured them. Interpretations belong to God. Tell me your dreams, and I will help you understand them. The cupbearer spoke first. He said, "In my dream, there was a vine before me. It had 3 branches, which budded, blossomed, and ripened into clusters of grapes. I took the grapes, squeezed them into Pharaoh's cup, and placed the cup in his hand." Joseph listened, and as God revealed the meaning, he said, "The 3 branches represent 3 days. Within 3 days, Pharaoh will restore you to your position, and you will once again place the cup in his hand just as before." Then with hope in his voice, Joseph made a request. "When you are restored, please remember me. Mention my name to Pharaoh so I may be freed from this place." Encouraged by the positive interpretation, the baker eagerly shared his dream. "In my dream, I had 3 baskets of bread on my head. The top basket was filled with all kinds of baked goods for Pharaoh, but birds were eating from it." Joseph's expression grew solemn. God had revealed the meaning, but it was not good news. He said, "The 3 baskets also represent 3 days. But in 3 days, Pharaoh will have you hanged, and the birds will eat your flesh." 3 days later, on Pharaoh's birthday, he held a grand feast for all his officials. True to Joseph's words, Pharaoh restored the chief cupbearer to his position, allowing him to once again place the cup in Pharaoh's hand. But the chief baker was hanged, just as Joseph had foretold. Yet despite Joseph's plea, the cupbearer forgot about him, and Joseph remained in prison, waiting, though forgotten by man, never forgotten by God. Dear listener, Joseph's story in this episode hits hard because we've all been there, pouring ourselves out, helping others, and hoping for support in return, only to be let down. It can feel like the world doesn't see your efforts, like loyalty and integrity don't matter anymore. But Joseph shows us a profound truth. God sees what others miss. Being overlooked by people does not equal being overlooked by God. The prison, The betrayal and even the cupbearer's forgetfulness were not the end of Joseph's story. They were the steps that prepared him for a purpose greater than he could ever imagine. We will see them in the later episodes. If you are in a season of waiting, feeling unseen or forgotten, remember, God is still at work. Your moment of breakthrough, favor, and blessing is coming. The same God who was with Joseph in the pit and in the prison is with you today. Remember, being forgotten by man doesn't mean being forsaken by God. He sees you, He hears you, and He's working all things together for your good. Until next episode, God bless you.